Hey everyone, my name is Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today is my July wrap up for July of 2022, and let's see what I read. So I will admit, I hadn't really done wrap up or like TBR videos before, and it's something new that I'm trying, and I think this just like proved how much of a mood reader I am. July was a super busy month. We decided to do like a lot of home projects, and so I've just been busy. So I haven't been reading as much as normal. But when I went back and watched my video for my July TBR, I was like, wow, I had some lofty goals for myself. I didn't accomplish those goals, not all of them, not even most of them. But it was fine. I still had a good reading month and I was still proud and happy with what I read. So the first thing I read was My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. And I talked about this in the review, but this was like just a smutty, quick vacation beach read. Like it was great for that type of vibe. And I read it over 4th of July weekend, so it like totally fit that vibe. And it's also set around that time. So I thought it was like just a great way to start the month. I love reading Tessa, and so I think it was like a good kickoff to the month. But then I slowed down, and I think I slowed down because I was trying to read 2 books at once, which sometimes really works for me and other times doesn't work at all. So I was trying to read the book club book because I wanted to finish it earlier. I didn't finish it earlier, but I was reading Stealing Infinity for Fun Size Book Club, and I had started Glow on my Kindle at the same time. I don't think that those were a good 2 books to mix at the same time, because I feel like Stealing Infinity was very much a setup book and kind of wasn't as quick hitting and rapid read as I thought it was gonna be. And then paired with Glow, it slowed me down, and I didn't finish a book for like almost 2 weeks. And Glow, I'm having a hard time with Glow. I'm still only about a quarter done. Now, it is a huge book, so like a quarter is essentially having read an entire book. Yeah, like I'm only a quarter in, but I'm struggling with Glow. And I'm sad about that because I liked book 2 and 3. Like I really did. 2 was my favorite, but I really liked book 2 and 3, and I wanted to see where this was going. And just like my initial thoughts on Glow so far, I've read some raving reviews of Glow, which gives me hope because right now I'm not feeling it. And I had to put it down. I feel like when you have a series that starts in or has 3 books that are written in one person's perspective, and then the 4th book in the series is not, for the most part, and then starts doing like back in time and childhood stories, like that wasn't what I was expecting of the book. So it's kind of, as a reader, thrown me for a loop. I've seen so many reviews where people were like, yes, this is the Slade content that we wanted. And I was like, am I in the minority here that like I didn't want Slade's perspective? I know I'm like kind of biased about this because I feel like dual perspectives is not my first choice ever. And it's not even dual perspectives. It's like the majority of the first quarter of the book is from his point of view and back in his childhood. And it's just like not what I wanted and not what I expected. So I'm struggling with it. But the other reviews give me hope that it's really good. I still have hope. I just had to put it down for a little bit to get out of my funk. If you've already read it, let me know what you think. Because like I said, I'm kind of sad that I don't love it as much as I wanted to. Because Stealing Infinity at the same time as Glow put me into a reading slowdown funk, I was like, I need something to get out of it. The best way that I do that is with Kindle Unlimited books, because I feel like a lot of them are short. They're like quick, addictive reads. And so I was like, why not? So the first one that I read was Blindside, and that is because I saw it all over Instagram. I saw tons of people just saying that it was so, so good, and it was football, fake dating romance. So I was like, I'm in. And I loved it. It was so good. Well, I think I technically really, really liked it. I said I love it way too quickly because that's just how I talk. I really, really liked it. It was super addicting, super good, very spicy, and it kind of like pushed me out of my funk. So then I read like 3 Kindle books back to back to back. And I've started like walking while I read in the evening times to get some exercise in. And so I've just been like pumping through the Kindle books because it's so easy to read on my Kindle while I'm walking. And so that's like what I did for the past week. And I got through 3 books. So Blindside was really, really liked it. I haven't done my review on this one yet, but I also read a book that I was convinced on TikTok to read. It's called A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Renee. And I think I was slightly misled. So I was convinced by a book talker that this was like the fantastic, amazing fantasy. And I think for what it was good. Like, I'll go into more description, obviously, in my review, but like, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be this amazing fantasy with this amazing plot and steamy spiciness all mixed in, and like forbidden love was in there. It was just smut. It was just face smut to be face smut, and that's fine. Like, if that was the goal of the book, like, that's cool. But I need to know that. I need to know that going into it, because I was expecting amazing plot, and the plot was sex. So, you know, I just wasn't what I was looking for. I was convinced it was not that, and it was that. So it was short, I think. It was like 250 pages, so it went really quickly. It was smut. That was all it was meant to be, at least from my perspective. So like, for that being the purpose, like, it was fine. But if you're expecting plot and you're expecting an actual real story, don't look there. Next on my TikTok, I actually asked people for a baseball romance because I can't find them. They don't exist. I'm convinced that baseball romances like don't exist. So if you know any, let me know. I had somebody recommend The Change Up by Emily C. Childs, and again, TikTok deceived me, man. All these people are out here promoting these like spicy, smutty books, and there was no spice in this book at all. I was very confused because I like the way that the cover is and the way that the description is. Like, I thought there was gonna be. There was none. Not that matters, but like I said, back to when you're expecting something versus you're not expecting something. And I think that's why sometimes we get so many negative reviews, is because if the expectation is there, the reader's gonna expect that and then be let down if it's not there. So I just wish I would have known. I just wish I would have known going into it, because I feel like that would have changed how I felt about it and how I reviewed that book. The last 2 books that I'm actually still currently reading that I have not finished yet in July, so they're gonna push over to August, is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This was the book that you guys had voted on in my TBR video from July for me to read from my backlist. I haven't finished it yet, so it's gonna have to roll over to August. In the end of the month, I got into like an I don't want to hold physical books phase because I was working out, like because it was so easy to read on my Kindle. So I stopped holding physical books and I just read digitally, which just helped me keep reading. But I still am reading this and I still am going to finish it. I just haven't yet. The other one that I'm currently reading is actually on my Kindle, and it is From Tormented Tides by Val E. Lane. And I saw this on TikTok from the author, and I actually saw it a long time ago, but it just came out fairly recently. On TikTok a long time ago, she described it as like, what if the medal or the medallion from the Pirates of the Caribbean didn't get returned, and the curse continued on 300 years later, and it was passed down through generations. Like, that was kind of the vibe that she came for, like the what if that she wrote her book from. And so it just came out, and I came across her TikTok again, and so I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna read it. I felt in the mood for pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite movies, so I was like, why not? And it's decent so far. Like, I like it so far. I'm still in the story setup phase, so I haven't gotten very far, but that's gonna definitely be pushed over into August too. So, I mean, like, once again, my mood reading has been proven that I'm definitely a mood reader, because I said I was going to read so many thrillers, and I just didn't. I didn't read any thrillers. I was going to read Riley Sager. I was going to read The It Girl from Ruth Ware. Like, it didn't happen. This was not a thriller summer for me. Maybe I'll get one in August. Maybe I'll save them for October. I don't know. But I epically failed on that front. And there were some books that I was like, I'm going to read this month, that didn't happen. So maybe they'll roll over next month. I had lofty goals, you guys. I had really lofty goals for the way my brain shut off and was like, no physical books. It happens sometimes. Well, that was my July in books. And August is looking pretty good. I'm excited for August. There's a lot of good releases coming out. But tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite book that you read in July? I'm always looking to add to my TBR. There's no actual order to my TBR, so it's just an ongoing list. Let me know what was your favorite, and maybe I'll read it. Don't forget, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Fun Size Reader. See you guys next time.